Acts 8, the eunuch answered Philip and said, please, eunuch is an Ethiopian eunuch. He was not a Jew, and he was there on his way from Jerusalem to Gaza. And he sat with Philip in the cart, and Philip only had one little scroll, and that was the only book he could share with that eunuch, and that was the book of Isaiah. Believe it or not, the Old Testament is important. A man who was not even a Jew was led to Christ through one single book, not even the whole New Old Testament. And then he says, please tell me, of whom does the prophet say this? Of himself or of someone else? Then Philip opened his mouth, and beginning from this scripture, he preached Jesus to him. And they went along the road. They came to some water, and the eunuch said, look, water. What prevents me from being baptized? And so Philip said, if you believe with all your heart, with all your heart, you may. My son, before his military service, he turned 18, and we thought that's the time for him to be baptized. So he came to our congregation, and we don't have a senior pastor, we have elders, and he sat there with all the elders, like 8 of them, and he was scared. And I didn't join him because it's supposed to be him and them. And they asked him, Ariel, do you believe with all of your heart? And he said, you know what he said? He said, I'm 90% sure. And he was not baptized. 3.5 years later, he's done with his military service. He had to deal with a lot of issues. Went to a discipleship program in the UK for 6 weeks. He came back and he said, Dad, now I'm sure. And he was baptized. If you believe with all of your heart, not 90%, then you shall. You may. And he answered and said, I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. And he ordered the chariot to stop, and they both went down into the water, Philip as well as the eunuch, and he baptized him.